Alright, hello everyone, welcome to episode 5 of my Java game tutorial series. In this episode, we are going to be doing what we have long awaited, which is creating our worlds. In the last episode, we got it already. I explained to you how our algorithm's going to work, so now it is just a matter of bringing it to code. So, we're going to have to get a new class and a new package. This package is going to be world, obviously. Well, not obviously. And it's going to be called world. Okay? So, now how is this going to work? We're going to need an array list, of course, of tiles equals a new array list of tile. So, we've created our array list. Now, we are going to need an int world width and an int world height. Now we are going to create the constructor. This is going to take in the world width and the world height. So int world width and int world height. So in order to make sure we set this dot world width equal to world width, and this dot world height equal to world height. Now we are going to call a method that we have not created, and it's going to be called, let me format that. This is going to be called generate world. So it's going to give us an error because we have not created it, so let's go over it and let's create the method. Let's make it public. There we go. So this is going to actually generate our world. So why are we going to do this? Why don't we just do that in the constructor? Because it's going to, first of all, because it's more organized, and second of all, once we add saving to the game, which is coming, it's going to be a lot easier when we just have this method, because we can check to see, like, if saved, then we just load it. If it's not, then we create a new world, that kind of thing. So that's going to be fun. Anyways, for now, let's just get this done. So random r equals a new random. And now we are going to do, we're going to loop through our world width and our world height. So int I equals 0, while int x equals 0. While x is less than world width, we are going to do x plus plus. There we go, and let's copy this into here. It's going to give us an error, don't you worry about that. Just change all of these to x, x, and x, y, y, and y, and then we're going to do world height. There we go. So now we're looping through everything. So now we're going to have to do int, actually, let's create that int up here. Int, let's call it index. Let's set that equal to 0 just to start, and we're going to do index equals r dot next int and out of 4. So this here is going to be our spawn chance. This is, the higher it goes, the less of a chance of spawning dirt. So let's just set that to 4, and then we might play around with it later. So we're going to do if index is equal to 0. Actually, let's do a switch. Let's switch through the index. There we go, and we're going to do case 0. Actually, we can't do that. Darn it, that sucks. So we're going to have to do the standard if statement. So if index is equal to 0, then we are going to do tile dot tiles. Let's change that to tiles here, because that makes more sense. Tiles dot add. And we're going to add a new dirt tile. Now, this we're going to put at the x times tile dot size, and we're going to put out y times tile dot size. There we go. Whoopsies. Tile dot size, and we have to change that to lowercase. Else, we're going to do tiles dot add, but this time instead of a new grass tile and a new dirt tile, we're going to put a new grass tile. So we have to make sure we import that too. So look at that. In a few minutes we were able to finish our algorithm. It's not an algorithm like I said, but looks cool. So now we're going to need a public void tick and a public void render. So I will just add those. Let me give you guys some more space so you can see this better. So for this we're going to loop through for tile t in tiles. We're going to do t dot tick. And now let's copy this. It's not the best way, and it's probably not recommended that you copy it. Just write it out, because you still pretty much have to do the same amount of work. You have to make sure you have your graphics object in the render method. And we're going to do t dot render graphics 2dg. And make sure you import that, and now we are done. Whoa. Now we just have to add the world. So let me remove all these white spaces down here. We are going to go into our game state. And we are going, nope, not into our game state, into our play state. And we are going to add a new world. So world. And in the init method, we are going to initialize it. World equals a new world. And the width of it, let's set it 10 by 10 for now. There we go. And now we're going to do world.tick and world.render. World.tick and world.render. Now, if we run that, oh, wrong project. If we run our tutorial, whoa. Would you look at that? We actually have it. It is drawing our world. Is that not amazing? I think that's amazing. I mean, this is randomly generated, and look at this. If we run it again, it's different. It is different every single time. Is that not amazing? And also, if you guys see this error down here, do not worry. It does not change anything, and it just happens once or twice when you launch the game. In fact, let's remove that. So, let's go into main. It's super simple to fix. All we have to do is we are going to have to do a failsafe. So if g2d is equal to null, is not equal to null actually, then all we have to do, oh, let me change my keyboard back. Then there we go, and there we go. So let's format that. And now, if I am correct, it does not take away the error. Anyways, I will figure that out. It's not important. Do not worry about it. It doesn't affect the gameplay at all. So now we need a player. Actually, let's quickly play around with this. I mean, 32 by 32 tiles, that's a little bit too small for me. So I'm going to go into the tile. I'm going to change the size to 64. It's double the size. So if we run that, look, it is way bigger. So now if you press the keys, it does nothing. I mean, we don't have that yet. That sucks. So, in the next episode, we are going to do something awesome. We are actually going to add a player. Now, it's not going to have a texture, sadly. It's not going to have a texture yet. It's going to be a simple player, but he will be able to move around, and in the next episode after that, we are already adding collision. So we are going at an awesome pace, I think. We will have this game done before you know it. So, yeah, in the next episode we will add player movement. But that is it for this episode. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.